Good morning to one and all present here. Today is an auspicious day to celebrate the proud day of our nation, that is the Republic Day of India, to give honor to the longest constitution of the largest democracy in the world. This occasion marks the patriotic spirit within us and encourage us to be loyal and respectful towards our nation. Happy Republic Day. Yes, with no further delay, let's begin this function with prayer song followed by the Tamil Thai Valthu. Prayer is an action. It is the process of talking with God with energy in order to achieve a purpose. So, let us begin this blissful day by seeking the blessing of God Almighty with the prayer song. Thank you, technical team. Now, we can visualize the flag hoisting by our trustee sir, Shri K. Rajesh Kumar Jain at our school premises today morning.
Flag salute.
In the tricolor flag, the top saffron symbolizes the strength and courage of the country. The white middle indicates the peace and truth with Dharma Chakra. The last green color shows the fertility and auspiciousness of the land. It is the duty of every citizen to respect our national flag with pride in our hearts. Now, I'll call the student to sing Kodi Patu.
பாரத தேவியின் மணிக்கொடி பாரிர் பக்தியுடன் இதை வணங்குவோம் வாரிர். பாரத தேவியின் மணிக்கொடி பாரிர் பக்தியுடன் இதை வணங்குவோம் வாரிர். வீரர்கள் உடல் பொருளாவியும் கொடுத்து சீரமையடி சிறை அனைத்தையும் பொறுத்து சீரணம் பாரத தேவிக்கு உழைத்து திகழ்வதை குறித்திடும் ஜெய கொடி பாடி. பாரத தேவியின் மணி கொடி பாடி பக்தியுடன் இதை வணங்குவோம் வாரிர். பல வளமுலத்தென குறித்திடும் பச்சை பரிசுத்த தியாகத்தை காட்டிடும் வெண்மை நலமுடன் பக்தியை ஊட்டிடும் காவி நடுநிலை பண்பினை விளக்கிடும் சக்கரம். பாரத தேவியின் மணிக்கொடி பாரி பக்தியுடன் இதை வணங்குவோம் வாரிர்.
Thank you. Now I request our dynamic principal, Mrs. Ponnoli ma'am, to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, ma'am. A pleasant morning to one and all present here. At the outset, let me begin by expressing a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you gathered here to the celebration of 72nd Republic Day of India. I am really privileged to have the pleasant take of welcoming this beautifully gathering for celebration of 72nd Republic Day of India. On behalf of BMDJS School, I extend a very warm welcome to our President Sir, Secretary, Sir Trustee Sir, Sri K. Rajesh Kumar Jain, cluster of trust members, chief guest, vice principal, staff, parents, and my dear students. The entire nation is laced up to celebrate the 72nd Republic Day on January 26, 2021. We celebrate Republic Day on 26 January as it is also the day when India declared its independence, Purna Swaraj, from the British in 1930. Republic Day is not just another Indian festival. It is the festival of joy shared between people belonging to every region, caste, and creed. The entire country is decorated in tricolors to convey that India is a nation where unity in diversity is celebrated. In order to celebrate this auspicious day, I warmly and respectfully welcome the chief guest of our day, Dr. K.H. Kalai Selvi, MA, B.Ed, MPhil, PhD, Assistant Professor of English, Auxilium College, Vellore. We are indeed grateful to you, ma'am, for graciously and readily accepting our invitation. I welcome you, ma'am. I am very glad to welcome our trustee, Sir, Sri Rajesh Kumar Jain, who has continuously supported us and spread the light of knowledge within us. Welcome you, sir. I would like to extend my warm welcome to TZO, sir. Lastly and importantly, I would like to welcome all the teachers, staff, technical team, parents, and students. I welcome you all for this wonderful Republic Day celebration and to make this day as a successful day. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for the warm welcome. Now, I would like to call our innovative Vice Principal, Mrs. R. Geeta ma'am, to introduce our chief guest.
Ma'am, VP ma'am, unmute ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Respected Chief Guest, Dr. R.H. Kalai Selvi, MA B.Ed, MPhil, PhD, Assistant Professor of English, Auxilium College, Vellore, Trustee Sri K. Rajesh Kumar Jain, TCO Sir, Principal, teachers, and my dear students. Good morning to all. It's 26th January today, the historical day to remember our national heroes and freedom fighters who suffered to give us a republic nation. Freedom in the mind, strength in the words, pureness in the blood, pride in our soul, seal in our hearts. Let us salute our India on Republic Day. Let every teacher teach their students how to love this nation. Let every parent instill in his or her daughters the beauty of our nation. Today, let us remember the golden heritage of our country and feel proud to be a part of India. At this juncture, I feel pleasure to introduce Dr. Kalechelvi, Assistant Professor, Head in Charge for Department of English, Auxilium College. Madam is having 11 years of experience at school education and 13 years of experience in college education. Madam completed her doctorate on resurgence of family and analysis upbringing and marriage in the select novels of Sashi Deshpande. Madam published a paper in journals on the topic resuscitations of family spirit and on protest within family. Madam Kalechelvi published papers around 7 books on her major. Madam participated 14 international and national seminars, conferences, and workshops. Madam is supporting and guiding around 35 research students. I am very glad to introduce such an eminent person for today's occasion. I wholeheartedly welcome you, ma'am, and thank you for accepting our invitation. I wish you all a very happy Republic Day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I humbly invite our trustee, sir, Shri K. Rajesh Kumar Jain, who always being a support system for us, to felicitate the gathering.
Respected Chief Guest, Dr. R.H. Kalaiselvi, Assistant Professor of English in Auxilium College, Vellore. And our principal, vice principal, teachers, and my dear students, good morning to all and very happy Republic Day. Republic is a great gift and it's indeed a blessings for all of us. We are an independent and republic, fairly respected and progressive nation of this world. We are advanced in technology, military, arts, and architecture. We are self-sufficient in many resources. Here, we must admit that the load of we are enjoying today had been freed without the sacrifices of our struggles of our leaders, and we should salute to those leaders. Though our country got its independence on 15th August 1947, it took some time for the constitution to come into effect. A republic means the supreme power of people living in the country. With that power, we must build the strong future of India. Be the change that you want to see in the world, is the quote of Mahatma Gandhi ji. To make the above quote true, our school initiates various awareness programs to make the future responsible citizens of India. One among in that is Road Safety Week. In the month of January, and with few competitions about road safety. All the best for the students who is going to participate in the competition. Being the youth, you are the future captains of our nation for tomorrow. So you have to utilize today for the better tomorrow by being responsible in each and every small things you do. Jai Hind. Once again, happy Republic Day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now, I cordially invite our chief guest, Dr. Mrs. R.H. Kalaiselvi, MA B.Ed, MPhil, PhD, Assistant Professor of English, Auxilium College, Vellore, to address the gathering.
Respected trustee, principal, vice principal, staff, and the beloved children of BMDJS school. Very good morning to all, and I would like to wish you all a very promising Republic Day today. The day that will remind us of our own responsibilities, the responsibilities that we need to give ourselves and also to the society. Children, rest be assured, this is not your online class. I just want you to be assured this is not your online class. So just sit relaxed and listen to a few stories that I'm going to tell you today. All right? So the outset, I would like to quote the words of Winston Churchill, the great Prime Minister of England. During World War II, he happened to go back to his school, Harrow, in England, and he gave a speech to the students there, an epoch-making speech. And one particular quote is oft quoted by the entire world. I would like to quote those words to you. Never give in. Never, 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 never. In nothing great or small, large or petty, never given, except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force, never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy. These were the words which actually changed my life. And these are the words that I'm going to emphasize and reiterate into your young minds today, because you will see these words as magical, the magic that is going to bring a big change, the change that you want to be. Sir just now said, you need to be the change that you want to see. So the change in yourselves. Well, for the past 1 year, the world is torn into pieces because of the pandemic. COVID-19 has put the world upside down. The entire world is highly chaotic. There is dramatic loss of human lives. And the pandemic has, presented an unprecedented challenge to public health, food system, work front, employment, etc., etc. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic is highly devastating, heartbreaking. Okay, so much of poverty, undernourishment, unemployment, the fall of economy. Where are we heading to? You know that. I needn't tell you every now and then. We keep listening to this chaotic world. And an educational friend, there is a lot of sea change that we see. The whole educational system has actually gone upside down scenario. Okay, what is happening now? Everything is online. Learning has become online and teaching has become online. There is a great challenge to the students community especially. And this challenge is for both the teachers as well as the students. I'm not here to talk about the challenge the teachers face because of online classes. If you ask every teacher, the teacher will say she will write volumes and volumes about the online classes. Okay, let's discuss about the online learning, the change that you are actually meeting with. How are you able to cope up new challenge? Okay, this is the challenge for everybody. The plight of the students is more. Earlier, you were not allowed to take phones to school at all. Punishment. Just punishment, penalty, fine if you take the phone to school. But what has happened now? The school has come into your phone. Everybody has a gadget now. Without phone, you cannot attend online classes. That's another thing. Well, when this is the case, how are you coping up? How many of you are so sincere to your online classes? Happily, you put your teacher on mute and happily keep roaming about? Or you just enter Google Classroom without entering the classroom? The playground is forgotten. Everything is forgotten and you are so depressed and kind of disappointed, frustrated. Maybe the first 3 months, you were all so happy thinking it's a big, long half holiday that's been given to you. You can stay at home and do whatever you want. But now, almost every one of you are dying to go back to school. The time is very critical, my dear children. And this is the time period I want you to remember the words that I told you at the very beginning. Never give in. Give in. Never admit defeat. Never yield to failure. Never succumb to failure. So today I'm just going to talk about how you have to deal with failure, how you have to cope up, and how you have to come out. People, all your elders, your teachers, your parents must have spoken enough about this. But let's take this failure at a different angle. Sometimes back, I was actually talking to an 8th grade girl, a student from one of the reputed schools in Vellore. I casually asked her, "Mom, how about your academics and your extracurricular activities? What are you doing?" The child did not answer to me exactly to the question that I asked, but rather she was beating around the bush and she told me, so-and-so is very good at athletics. The other one in my class is very good at dramatics. The other one sings well. So till the end, she refused to talk about herself. But when she was talking to me, I could see the eyes all glimmering with all that smile on her face and so much of emotions on her face. So I understood basically she is able to emote well, expressive, very expressive face. And I understood she kept talking about drama all through. And I just asked her, "Do you ever take part in drama?" "No," she said. "I just went once, I got rejected." "All right, what happened to the second time?" "Yes, second year also I went, I got rejected. And after that, I didn't go at all until I stopped going for it because I knew that I don't have that ability. And that girl in the class, she is doing very well and she is the one. The teachers also take her, so I don't go at all." Twice she got rejected and so she gave up. You know, it was so frustrating for me to listen to the story of a young 8th grader, a very small incident. Children, God has created every one of you very uniquely, very unique. Every one of you have your own capacity. He hasn't given birth, he hasn't sent you without anything at all. It's something or the other we have. How many of us, understand and realize this capacity and potential? Every time we want us to be somebody else. I want to be like her. And sometimes the parents also, they keep comparing us with somebody else. Be like that girl, be like that boy. I cannot be you, but I can be I, isn't it? I am I. I have the ability. And how many of us realize this? We get rejected, we fail in our attempts, and we give up. So here comes the magic words: never give in. Never, never, never give in. History speaks of so many people who have failed umpteen times, but finally they just had reached the Himalayan heights. They never were, confined with their limitations. They were not confined with their limitations, their setbacks. When you're confined by your limitations, then, we don't reach anywhere at all. The girl did not succeed. 2 times she failed, and 3rd time she just gave up. Okay, I'm reminded of the small anecdotes of elephant and the rope. Have you heard of the story of the elephant and the rope? A small story, but it has such lofty moral. A man went to a temple and he saw a big one, a big gigantic elephant, okay, fidgeting in its place. And he saw the elephant being chained by a thin chain, one short, thin chain, that's all. It's tied to a pole there. And the man was wondering, how long will it take for the elephant to break the chain and get away from that clutches? That elephant did not, it just kept moving in its own place. So he went and asked the trainer, "Do you believe this chain is a small chain And how do you tie this big elephant with a small chain? Won't it break? The trainer just said, right from its young age, it has been tied with the same chain. When it was young, it couldn't break it. So as it grew older, the elephant thinks that the chain can never be broken at all. Mind fix. That is where we children, or you people are. You think that there's a hindrance for your advancement. You fail somewhere, and you think that this is your limitation. And what happens? You don't move forward at all. You don't attempt further at all. There is a story, another story about the baby shark. Once a marine biologist, he wanted to do a research on sharks. Okay, so he just caught a baby shark, put the shark in a big tank. So the shark was just swimming inside the tank. And what did he do? He just got a few bait fishes, small fishes, which are used as bait, and put the fishes inside the tank. The shark at once saw the baby fishes, just pounced on it, immediately attacked and ate off all the fishes. The second day again, the biologist put the fishes, small ones again. The second day also, the shark ate everything happily. And you know, the biologist, third day, he just took a thin, transparent fiberglass, and he just dropped it inside the tank. Got it? So the fiberglass went inside, divided the tank into two halves. All right, the shark is on one side. And on the other side, what happened? The biologist, again, he just dropped the small fishes. And this time the shark saw that. Again, it wanted to attack all the fishes. So it just pounced. And what happened? The fiberglass in between, like stopped the shark from moving the other side. So the shark attacked and attacked, again and again, attacked the fiberglass and could not move further. So finally, it just lost its hope. It was, swimming in its own place. 2-3 days, it just went on. And the next day, the biologist took the fiberglass carefully. He removed it. There's no separation now. But despite this, there is no separation. The shark did not move further. It did not come to attack the fishes. In the mind of the shark, the obstacle is always there. Okay, it just did not move further, did not cross that area to go and attack the fishes. It just kept swirling in that, swimming in its own space. My dear children, this is what is happening to all the young minds. Few attempts of failure actually stop you from moving ahead. You are the future citizens. All your teachers, your vice principal, everybody spoke about this. And you are the future citizens, and you have a lot of responsibilities to advance further. But what is seen right now amongst the present generation is that you are confined by failures. And that is my take on. Don't be ever limited by the failures. I can tell you the stories, so many stories of people, all great people who had suffered a lot, who had really fought, and then finally, reached the apex of the mountain, reached the heights of the mountains. Maybe 2 or 3 examples I can give you. Okay, right. Have you ever heard of Colonel Sanders? Harlan Sanders. Colonel Harlan Sanders, a man who is associated with Kentucky Fried Chicken. If I say KFC, all of you would know. The story of Sanders is quite speaking. Okay, you learn a lot from his life. Sanders was from a poor family. Okay, he actually had a big dream but his dream was always, curbed. He went into many ventures. He tried many jobs. Every time he failed. At the age of 40, he started selling chicken. And then he thought, okay, let me start a restaurant. But the very idea of the restaurant was also turned down. When he brought out the recipe for this chicken, you know how many times he got rejected? History speaks like 1,009 times his recipe got rejected. He just could not sell its recipe at all. And finally, when the recipe was accepted, got its approval, it became globally hit. Nobody would like to, say no to KFC. Yes. And here was a man who sold billions and billions because of his recipe. And the very logo of KFC, you will see the picture of Mr. Sanders. They're all in bright smiles. His story proves you have to understand right now. You just dim this in your mind so that tomorrow, when you face failures, you will always think failures are going to lead me to somewhere else. I'm going to reach the Himalayan heights. So Sanders' life. What about J.K. Rowling? All of you are crazy of this Harry Potter series. Everybody knows Harry Potter movies and Harry Potter series and the writer J.K. Rowling. Do you know what a pathetic life she had before she could become a billionaire? She had so many difficulties during her teenage. Her mother died of a very early age, and she was married to an abusive husband, got separated from him, and she had a child, and she did not have financially, she was very poor. And Harry Potter book was not at all accepted by the publishers until one day it got its own recognition. Okay, now what happens? J.K. Rowling tells this. These are the original words of hers. By every usual standard, I was the biggest failure I knew. She was a failure. But then that failure did not hamper her, did not stop her from achieving success. And there's another guy, I'm just bringing all the people who you are very familiar with, Michael Jordan. Who's Michael Jordan? He has said this. I've written the words here. The basketball legend, Michael Jordan, he's retired right now. So when he took part in the advertisement for Nike company, he just spoke this. These are the words. I have messed up more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot, but missed. I failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. Beautiful words, isn't it? As young kids, sometimes you feel that you're unable to proceed because you had failed in your attempt. And there is another disadvantage also. Even the parents and elders also feel that failures are the worst things, end of one's life. But think of failure in a different angle. You need to beat the fear of failure. When can you beat the fear of failure? When you have one for yourself. You need to taste failures, children. So when any failure comes to you, think that it is going to actually help you to move further. Don't get disappointed because of the failure. Think it as a chance to move further. The fear of failure is dangerous. So in order to overcome that failure, you have to encounter your failure and you have to move further. There is a beautiful book written by Wes Beavis. The title of the book is, if you have time, please read it. Become the person your dream of being. So the book says, it has wondered, the gist of few things in the book, quickly. One of the greatest obstacles that stops people getting their best self forward is simply this, the fear of failure. As I'm talking to the kiddos here, the young ones here, all the adults who are present here also should be thinking about this. Let's introspect ourselves. How many times fear is killing us? Fear of failure is killing us. Basically, the tendency of people is to think that failing is the worst thing that could ever happen to them. We fear what can hurt us, and this makes us afraid of failure, because failure will always hurt us. It's so painful. We are scared of the society. We are scared of the comments what others would pass on. And that is actually deteriorating our own capacity. But think about this. Does a failure strip you of a talent? No. In fact, a failure gives you the added knowledge of how not to do it next time. So the net result is your talent is actually getting shaped. It is getting refined. Does a failure strip you of the ability to think? No. Nothing stops you from thinking. Well, that did not work, but there is always a possibility that next time your thought process go on. Does a failure make you go blind so you cannot see a need anymore? No. As long as you're still breathing, you have the capacity to see people in need of something. Does a failure strip you of your dignity? I'm repeating it once again. Does a failure strip you of dignity? No. The most revered people in society are the ones who have triumphed over the difficulties. You can ask your trustee, sir. You can ask your principal, ma'am. You can ask your vice principal, ask your parents and all your elders. There is definitely an amount of failure that they had faced in your life that had put them in the forefront. And my dear children, failures are not something to look down upon. Failures are the stepping stones to success. A failure may set you back, but it can never break you unless you give permission for the failure to break you. When you do not get something, when you think that you are unable to do something, don't give that thought a power at all. Think, this thing can be squeezed by me. I'll just throw it out. In fact, the failure, far from breaking you, it can actually make you. Lovely lines. Failures shouldn't break you. Failures should make you. And so never, never, never give in to any of the irrelevant failures. There was a student of mine some 5-6 years back. She had very good education. She had a doctorate degree from a reputed university, and she came out. You know, when she wanted to apply for the post of teacher, okay, assistant professor. But that time there was no vacancy, and there was, you know, like a oversupply of teachers. So this girl, this woman, she, you know, applied to different places, 72 applications, different places. And all the 72 applications got rejected. And you know what she did? She just filed all the rejected letters. You know, I was, you know, very intrigued by the way that she is actually, you know, like keeping all the letters together. I just asked her, why do you want to keep the rejected letters, ma? You need not file them. Then she told me, ma'am, one day I will get an acceptance offer. One day. And that one day I will just take this file out, and then I will check all the 72 rejected letters. And those 72 rejected letters will not stand before that one letter of acceptance. My one victory will actually, you know, like do away with all the 72 failures I had. A very robust optimism. And she is now working as an assistant professor, and that too in a government college, aided post. I was, you know, like awestruck by the very behavior. So that actually gave me an insight also. It gave me an insight that failure also has to be treated with positive side. Test the positive side of failure. Failures will help you to mature more. So children, this auspicious day, the day where we understand our responsibilities, this is the biggest responsibility that you have to tell yourself. I am I will not succumb to any failures. I'm just 15, 14, 15, 16 years old. One day I'll grow. But as I grow, I will never succumb to failures. And I will treat the failures, all my failures, the attempts that I lose, I treat them positively so that I achieve success. Success to every person is very important. There is no one who will say, I don't like success. Success is like breathing, no children, breathing. There are people here who are going to give speeches on different topics. They must succeed. They must give a proper talk. And I'm here. Before I could get into your Zoom meeting, I was just thinking to myself, what am I going to talk to the students? Am I going to give all hi-fi ideas, small children, or am I going to just, sow this thought in them that they should not give up or give in to any kind of negative thoughts? Then I thought, okay, this is the most important thing that every child should nurture, should cater to right from the beginning. Success is important. A young man went to Socrates. Socrates, he was a Greek philosopher, a great man. So this young man went to him and asked him, sir, can you please tell me the secret of success? Socrates just looked at him and he said, okay, fine. If you want to know the secret of success, come tomorrow to the riverside. All right. The next morning, the young fellow went there to the riverside. Socrates was already present there. He took this young man into the river. They just went deep into the river. They just waded through. And when Socrates reached the deepest place, the river, suddenly he dumped the head of this young man into the water. He pushed him into the water, held him sturdily on his neck, and then he pushed him inside. This young man, he did not this to happen. All of a sudden he was dumped into the water. He's struggling there inside the water. When he's trying to come up again, Socrates put him inside, pushed him inside. He pushed him inside, kept him under the water for so long that almost this young man turned to glue. And then Socrates pulled him out. Imagine, you can visualize, envisage what kind of frustration the man must have been. He's gasping for breath. Okay, so there's the deathly expression on his face. So why did you do this? Socrates asked, what was the most important thing that you wanted when you were inside the water? The man was gasping and he's telling, well, I just needed air, nothing else, only that. And then Socrates said, if you need success as desperately as you wanted air, you will get it. That is the secret of success. If you want it and you think that you have to get it, if you think that is as important as breathing as your air, children, rest be assured, you will achieve success. Success is setting your priorities, not giving to your failures, setting a goal. And when do you set a goal? This is the right time for you to set the goal. You will just move forward. Goal setting is very important. And there's another thing that comes to my mind right now. I'm reminded of the story, that incident that happens in Mahabharata. Dronacharya was the teacher for both Kauravas and Pandavas. And his favorite student was Arjun. And everybody else, even Pandavas, they were all grumbling why Dronacharya is giving special preference to Arjun alone, a warrior, archer. So Dronacharya wanted to teach everyone the difference what Arjun had. So he just took all his students, kept a wooden bird on the branch of a tree. Then he called all his students, come on, you aim at the eye of the bird. And when they were all set, ready to strike the arrow, he asked every student, what do you see now? Yudhishthir, Dharam said, I see the branch, I see the bird, I see the legs, and I see the tree. Everyone else answered the same thing. I see this, I see that, I see this. And Dronacharya called Arjun, what do you see, Arjun? He just plainly said, I only see the eyes of the bird. There is the difference. If you're setting your priorities, if you're aiming at success, you have to be like Arjun. Only set your goals. Disappointments and frustrations should never alter you from that goal. And children, I'm talking to you right at this age because this is the age you will determine, get a resolve. Tell yourself that you are going to move ahead. You will move ahead. You will have success story to tell your children and children's children and to everyone. You will make your parents proud. You will make everyone proud. You will make the society proud of you. There's so much of chaos inside the society. So when you are going to change, every one of you, every kid who is present here, every one of you, if you're able to change yourself, I'm sure the change comes automatically. Every one of you should realize the responsibilities in order to achieve success. So don't give in. Never give in to any irrelevant temptations. Don't give in for all the false things. Don't give in for unwanted pleasures. There are so many constructive things that are happening. And you young kids can definitely make the future world a very peaceful world where everybody will live happily. So this is my message to you, my dear children. BMDJS school has a difference. So all the students of this particular reputed school should come out with flying colors and should make a difference, should have a difference in their lifestyle and everything. And so they influence the rest of the world. So happy Republic Day and have a wonderful morning. God bless everyone present here. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your precious thought and wishes with us. The quote you have mentioned, Never Given, by Winston Churchill, it was really motivating. Ma'am, I'm sure your stories have inspired our students here. Thank you once again, ma'am. Now, I would like to bring your attention to the next event where our talented children have arranged wonderful speech performances. It's time to call them on the screen. Now, I call our Monica Vershini of 10th B to deliver her Republic Day speech in English.
Good morning to everybody present on this auspicious occasion of 72nd Republic Day. Freedom in the mind, strength in the words, pride in our souls, zeal in our hearts. Let's salute our great country on Republic Day. Happy Republic Day to all. On this day, Indian Constitution was formed in 1950 after attaining the independence on August 15, 1947. In India, Republic Day is not less than a festival. The whole country, regardless of caste, creed, religion, beams with joy. India is a very democratic and just nation where each citizen is allowed to choose the leader who deserves to lead the nation. Although there have been many improvements till now, few deteriorations have also come with it, such as poverty, unemployment, lack of literacy, pollution, etc. All we can do is promise today to solve these types of issues together as people of this nation. To make this country one of the strongest nations in the world, our constitution gives us various rights and responsibilities too. We live in a democratic country where people enjoy their fundamental rights. We must keep the ideas which were mentioned in the constitution and such as fraternity, equality, liberty, and sovereignty. We should not forget the ideas of father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and we need to implement these ideas of our leaders in our lives so that we can make our nation strong. Amidst the ongoing COVID-19 crisis, several things have changed over the past year of 2020. This change will also reflect in the Republic Day parade that will be held at Rajpath in Delhi today, which is usually a grand celebration every year. At present, the country is facing innumerable problems. Corruption is rampant. If this condition perseveres, our very existence would be jeopardized. As accountable citizens of this country, we must take this rather sternly step and strive to unmask a solution to it. Only then we shall be able to make our country ideal and prosperous. The foremost cause behind it is lack of the national pride in us. India's infrastructure is rapidly improving from our independence. India is a country with the world's highest economic growth rate, but its road safety is the world's worst. Road accidents are one of the 12th most causes of death in India, the ninth most common cause of premature deaths, and the 10th most reason for disability. The two most frequent causes of road deaths are speeding and drunken driving, followed by a lack of lane discipline, jumping the red light, and the use of mobile phones while driving. On this Republic Day, let each student and youngster take an oath to abide by the rules and never misuse our rights. Let us use our vehicles with a government license and avoid any type of accidents on road. The future and the safety of India lies in the hands of each citizen. Good health, fitness, personal and road safety go hand in hand. On this Republic Day, I would like to tell that as a prominent citizens of this country, we must follow all the rules and regulations that are insisted by the government. We must also promise to be strict observer of the safety measures and protocol of the government and health workers during this pandemic times. I would like to end my Republic Day speech with a patriotic quote. Patriotism consists not in waving the flag, but in striving that our country shall be righteous as well as strong. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you, Monica Vashni. That was really amazing. Now, let's hear from Harshini of 10th A to give a speech on Republic Day in Hindi.
नमस्कार। प्रत्येक वर्ष 26 जनवरी को हम सभी गणतंत्र दिवस मनाते हैं। इस वर्ष 26 जनवरी 2021 का 71वां गणतंत्र दिवस है। आज ही के दिन हमारे देश में हमारा खुद का संविधान लागू किया गया था और 26 जनवरी 1950 के दिन भारत प्रजातांत्रिक गणतंत्र देश बना था। हम सभी के लिए गणतंत्र दिवस केवल एक पर्व ही नहीं बल्कि गौरव और सम्मान का दिन है। साथ ही उन सभी महान भारतीय स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों के त्याग, बलिदान और शौर्य को याद करने का दिन भी है। यह दिन प्रत्येक भारत का अभिमान है। सन 2021 का गणतंत्र दिवस हमारे लिए एक अत्यधिक खास बन पड़ा है। हमने एक वैश्विक महामारी की जंग को जीतने में ही सफलता प्राप्त नहीं की, बल्कि अन्य कई देशों में बड़ी मात्रा में दवाइयां बेचकर इस आपातकालीन समय में बड़ी संख्या में जान हानि होने से बचाया है। हम प्रण करते हैं कि मुकाबलन के बिना कभी बाहर नहीं निकलेंगे और नियमित रूप से व्यायाम करेंगे, घर बाहर सर्वत्र सफाई का ध्यान रखेंगे और पौष्टिक आहार ग्रहण करेंगे। साथ ही सड़कों के नियम का पालन करेंगे, जिसे सड़क दुर्घटना में होने वाली जान हानियों से भी अपने देश की रक्षा कर सके। सड़कों के नियमों में पालन नहीं करेंगे और सतर्क रहेंगे। लाइसेंस के बिना वाहन चलाना जुर्म है, अतः हम प्रण करते हैं कि बिना लाइसेंस के कभी वाहन नहीं चलाएंगे, ताकि हमारी असावधानी किसी और की दुर्घटना का कारण ना बन जाए। हम अपने माता पिता, भाई, मित्र, बहन सबसे शीश कवच दान करने का अनुरोध करेंगे, क्योंकि हमारी छोटी सी कोशिश सबके लिए प्रेरणा बने। हम शपथ लेते हैं कि मोबाइल पर बात करते हुए वाहन नहीं चलाएंगे और ट्रैफिक सिग्नल का ध्यान रखेंगे, और इस तरह हम अपनी देश की रक्षा कर सके। अंत में हम ये वाक्य कहना चाहेंगे कि वतन हमारा ऐसा कोई ना छोड़ पाए, रिश्ता हमारा ऐसा कोई ना तोड़ पाए। दिल एक है जान हमारी, हिंदुस्तान हमारे है, हम इसकी शान है। जय हिंद, धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Harshini. That was really inspiring. Now, I would call Shakti Sridevi of 10th B to deliver a speech in Tamil.
வந்தாரை வாழ வைக்கும் திருநாடு, நிகரில்லா பெருமை கொண்ட பெருநாடு, இயற்கை அன்னையின் தனிநாடு, இதுவே எந்தன் தாய்நாடு என பெருமிதத்துடன் நம் தாய் திருநாட்டின் 72வது குடியரசு தின விழாவிற்கு கூடியுள்ள அனைவருக்கும் என் காலை வணக்கத்தை உரிதாக்குகிறேன். விடுதலை இந்தியாவில் விடியலை தந்தது குடியரசு. பள்ளத்தில் வாழ்ந்தவர் சிலர், வெள்ளத்தில் மிதந்தவர் சிலர், அனைவரின் உள்ளத்தையும் சமப்படுத்தியது குடியரசு. மக்களால் மக்களுக்காக மக்களே செய்யும் ஆட்சி மக்களாட்சியாகும். மக்களின் நல்வாழ்வினை மக்களே முன்னின்று நடத்த வேண்டும் என்று இந்தியாவில் 1950ஆம் ஆண்டு மக்களாட்சி கொண்டு வரப்பட்டது. மக்களின் வாழ்வில் முன்னேற்றம் நிகழும் என்று எண்ணியே மக்களாட்சி கொண்டு வரப்பட்டது. நாடு சுதந்திரம் பெறும் முன் பல சுதந்திர போராட்ட தலைவர்களும் ஆங்கிலேயரிடமிருந்து டொமினியன் அந்தஸ்து பெற்றால் போதும் என எண்ணினர். டொமினியன் அந்தஸ்து என்பது பிரிட்டிஷ் மேலாதிக்கத்துக்கு உட்பட்ட சுய ஆட்சி. இதன்படி ஒரு நாட்டின் பாதுகாப்பு, வெளியுறவு கொள்கை ஆகியவற்றை அவர்கள்தான் நிர்வகிப்பர். இதற்கு நேரு, நேதாஜி உள்ளிட்டோர் எதிர்ப்பு தெரிவித்தனர். பின் முழுமையான சுயராஜ்யம்தான் லட்சியம் என சுதந்திர போராட்ட தலைவர்களிடம் மாற்றம் வந்தது. 1947 ஆகஸ்ட் 15 சுதந்திரம் பெற்ற போது பிரிட்டிஷ் அரசு இந்தியாவுக்கு டொமினியன் அந்தஸ்து வழங்கியது. அதன்படி பிரிட்டிஷார் சார்பில் நியமிக்கப்பட்ட கவர்னர் ஜெனரல் தான் நாட்டின் தலைவராக இருந்தார். மக்களின் நன்மையினை சிந்தித்து மன்னராட்சி கலைக்கப்பட்டு குடியாட்சி அமைந்தால்தான் நாடு சுதந்திரத்துடன் மேலும் பலமாக இருக்கும் என்று எண்ணி அரசியல் அமைப்பு சாசனம் உருவாக்க நினைத்தனர். சுதந்திர இந்தியாவில் முதல் குடியரசுத் தலைவர் டாக்டர் ராஜேந்திர பிரசாத் அவர்களின் மூலம் இந்திய அரசியல் சாசனம் அமைக்க முடிவெடுக்கப்பட்டு டாக்டர் அம்பேத்கர் தலைமையில் இந்திய அரசியல் சாசனம் ஒரு பெரிய குழு மூலம் வரையறுக்கப்பட்டு இந்திய அரசியல் அமைப்பு சாசனம் நிறைவேற்றப்பட்டது. முடியாட்சி முடிந்து குடியாட்சி குடி புகுந்த நாள் குடியரசு தினம். ஜனவரி 26ஆம் தேதியை 17 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு பூர்வ ஸ்வராஜ் தினமாக கொண்டாடினார்கள் மக்கள். ஆக 1949ஆம் ஆண்டே அரசியல் அமைப்பு சட்டம் முழு வடிவம் பெற்றுவிட்டாலும் நமது தலைவர்கள் இந்தியாவின் குடியரசு தினமாக கொண்டாடிய ஜனவரி 26ஆம் தேதியே மக்களாட்சி மலர்ந்த நாளாக நாம் கொண்டாடி வருகிறோம். மக்களாட்சிக்கு மணிமகுடமாக திகழும் வாக்குரிமை என்பதும் 21 வயது நிரம்பிய இந்திய குடிமக்கள் அனைவருக்கும் கிடைத்த நாளும் இதுவே. மக்களாட்சி அமைய பாடுபட்ட நல் உள்ளங்களை நினைவு கூர்ந்து அவர்களின் தியாகத்திற்கு மதிப்பளிக்கும் இப்பொன்னாளில் நாம் அனைவரும் ஓர் உறுதிமொழி ஏற்போமாக. தேசிய கொடியையும் தேசிய கீதத்தையும் உயிராய் மதித்து அனைவரும் நாட்டுக்காக சேவை செய்ய தயாராக இருந்து ஜாதி, மதம், இன பாகுபாடின்றி சகோதர மனப்பான்மையோடு ஒன்றாக பழகி பாரம்பரியம், கலாச்சாரத்தை பின்பற்றி இயற்கை வளங்களை பாதுகாத்து வளர்ச்சிக்கு வித்திடும் வகையில் அறிவியல் மற்றும் மனிதாபிமான உணர்வுகளை வளர்த்து தனி மனித ஒழுக்கத்தை கடைபிடித்து அரசு உடைமைகளை பாதுகாப்போம். சிவப்பு, மஞ்சள், பச்சை பின்பற்றாவிடில் வாழ்வில் ஏற்படும் சர்ச்சை. சாலை விழிப்புணர்வு பிள்ளைகளின் நல்வாழ்வு. பாதசாரிகளின் உதாசீனம் ஓட்டுநருக்கோ அது சிரமம். ஆட்டோவில் அதிக ஜனங்கள் ஆபத்தினை தேடும் வழிகள். செல்போனில் இனிய அழைப்பு ஒளி, சுற்றத்தாருக்கு இல்லை காதில் வலி. சாலையில் செல்போன் பேச்சு விபத்தினால் உயிரே போச்சு. இரவினிலே தேவை பிரதிபலிப்பான், அதுவே நல்ல விபத்து தடுப்பான். வரிசையான வாகன நிறுத்தம், அதுதான் சுற்றத்தாரின் சிரமம் நீக்கும். மூடி கிடக்கும் ரயில் பாதை நுழைந்து கடப்பவனோ பேதை. வழியில் பழுதான வாகனம் அவசியம் சிவப்பு முக்கோணம். பயணந்தோறும் தலைக்கவசமே யமனே நெருங்கினாலும் விரட்டிடுமே. 4 முனை சந்திப்பில் வெட்டி பேச்சு விபத்துக்கு விடை போட்டாச்சு. நெடுஞ்சாலையில் நுழையும் போது நம் வாகனம் நிச்சயம் வேண்டுமே தனி கவனம். ஓட்டுநர் உரிமம் பெற்று வண்டியில் ஓட்டுவோம் நன்றே. வாழ்க்கைக்கு ஒரு நெறிமுறை, சாலைகளுக்கு ஒரு விதிமுறை. நெறிமுறை மீறினால் அவன் மனிதனே இல்லை, விதிமுறை மீறினால் அவனுக்கு வாழ்வே இல்லை. சாலை பாதுகாப்பு என்பது வாசகம் அல்ல, அது நம் வாழ்க்கை முறை என்பதை உணர்ந்து சாலை விதிகளை மதித்து சமூகத்தின் கூட்டு பொறுப்புடன் உயிர்களை காப்போம் என உறுதி பூண்டு ஏற்போம். எண்ணங்களில் சுதந்திரமும் வார்த்தைகளில் உண்மையும் இதயத்தில் அமைதியும் நினைவுகளில் சரித்திரமும் நிறைந்திருக்கும் தருணத்தில் தாய்மண்ணே உன்னை வணங்கி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி. ஜெய்ஹிந்த்.
Thank you, Shakti, for your enlightening speech. Leave sooner, drive slower, live longer. A spill, a slip, and you go for a hospital trip. Do these slogans strike anything in your minds? Yes, I'm talking about road safety. Traffic safety has been studied as a science for more than 75 years. It is the responsibility of each citizen of the world to be aware of the road safety rules. It is also important for each student to be educated about the risks involved and dangers involved to keep themselves safe and also develop their skills in understanding in drastic consequences. We at BMDJS School have always been enthusiastic in inculcating good moral values and all-round education to our students. Our management, staff, and students from class 6 to 9 initiated a road rally in the year 2013, where they covered a distance of 5 kilometer walk, holding their placards and posters on road safety. Ever since, the road rally has been a much awaited activity by our students every year in the month of January. Unfortunately, this pandemic times has stopped us from stepping out, but we have not lost hope. Our students from classes 6 to 9 were motivated to deliver inspiring speeches virtually on the awareness of road safety. And among the many enrollment that we got, we are bringing to you a few of our young speakers to enlighten about your road safety awareness. Now, let me call upon Pritika SH of 6th A to deliver the speech on road safety.
Good morning to one and all. I'm SH Pritika of 6th. I'm here to present a speech on the topic awareness of road safety. Awareness itself says that many of us are not aware about road safety. Every day, many people are involved in road accidents. Some are killed, many more are injured. In today's world, road and transport has become an integral part of every human being. Everybody is a road user in one shape or other. Road safety is life safety. Let's begin with the statistics first. According to a recently released report by the World Health Organization, nearly 1.35 million people lost their life in road accidents globally every year. Pedestrians and two-wheeler riders constitute the more. India ranks the first in the number of road accidents deaths across the 199 countries. About 80,000 people are killed in road crashes every year. As per the road accident report for 2019, a total number of 4,49,002 accidents took place in the country, leading to 1,51,130 and 4,51,361 injuries. 17 people die every on Indian hour. In India alone, nearly 50,000 riders lost their life every year for not wearing helmets. Why we don't follow the rules? Why don't we wear helmets, seat belts? Why do we jump the signals? Why do we compete with the unruly riders on motorized? Apathy towards the following road safety rules is habit. habit that has arisen due to the ignorance towards the safety of our own as well as others. Today, we love to be on time, we love to complete, and we hate delays. Of course, your time is precious, but it is more precious than life. Not following the traffic rules and copying others' unruly road users could have fatal consequences. Our Indian government has understood the importance of road safety, where in turn they have the Road Safety Week celebration too. They are more concerned to curb down road accidents and have also placed up preventive measures. Road safety refers not only moving along the road in a safety manner, but take care of their lives too. In order to stay safe on the roads, we need to follow certain road safety rules. These rules needed to every person who is on road. We should walk on the zebra crossing. We should not jump, play or run on road. We should follow traffic rules. Hold your child's hand, don't let them run ahead. While driving a car, seatbelt should be worn and helmet while riding a two-wheeler. For the unruly ones who still don't follow the strict punishments should be given like hefty fine and imprisonment. At last, I would like to thank all of you to being patient listeners and hope we all drive safe and be concerned for the safety of others as well. Stay safe. We thank you.
Thank you, Pratika. Now let's hear Vandita Devi of 7th D, what she is going to speak.
Good morning to everyone present over here. I'm Vandita Devi of 7th Standard D section. I'm happy to give a speech about awareness on road safety. Road safety is a serious issue today since every person uses the road in some form or the other. Poor, rich, young, old, everyone uses the road. Right from birth till death, everyone uses the road. Can you remember a single day when you have not used the road? That would happen only if you're sick or stay put at home without moving out at all. Even if you're challenged physically, mentally, visually, you will be using the road. Your use could be active, directly driving or riding or walking, or passive, being driven in a vehicle as a passenger. So the point I'm trying to imply is that every person needs to be educated on proper road usage and safe road behavior. Huge amount of education and awareness needs to be spread on road safety. This could be done in several ways. Road safety education could be made part of school and college curriculum irrespective of the course or field of study. Media like TV, films, and advertisements could be responsible towards road safety by refraining from showing unsafe road behavior. Certain amount of minimum space and time in all forms of media should be reserved for spreading road safety knowledge and simple safe road behavior applicable to all. There should be refresher courses for all driver categories to keep them abreast of new developments in the field and sensitize about their responsibilities towards passengers. Safety videos should be shown at the start of every bus journey, especially Volvo buses, like it is done for flights. Regular and sustained campaign should be done in villages and rural areas about the risk on the road and how to stay safe. These are some of the ways the list could go on. It is better to drive slow and be an idiot than to drive fast and be a maniac. Rash driving is thrilling but leads to killing. Thank you everyone for giving me a golden opportunity.
Thank you, Vandita Devi. Now, Mohammad Abdul Masjid Tair, RK of 7th D, has come with new ideas about this road safety.
Good morning, respectful dignitaries, teachers, friends, and all. Today I am going to give a speech on awareness of road safety. Road is the main mean of transport which dates back to Aryan and Harappan civilization till now. Roads and highways are used to transport goods between interstate trade and transportation of people from one place to another. The condition of the road guarantees the safety of the people. Road safety refers to moving along the road in a safe and sound manner. In other words, it means to keep ourselves safe from harm's way. It is necessary to be alert at all times to prevent any damage or injury. The figures concerning that happening annually are quite alarming because every year 1.35 million people die because of accident. throughout the world, and 1.5 lakh people only die in India. 11,168 youngsters died because of accident in 2019, which is an increase of 11.94% of the previous year. 31 children die every day due to road crashes. Therefore, in order to practice road safety, parents should try their best to make their children follow traffic rules obediently. And road safety should be made and curriculum and should be taught to children in the school so that they could not face any type of accident or such circumstances in their future. There are many ways in which we can improve road safety in order to keep ourselves out of harm's way. We must always walk on pavements meant for pedestrians. Don't jump or run on the roads. Similarly, we must follow traffic signals obediently. Even if the signal is red and no one is on the road, we should wait until the signal turns green. And when you are in foot, always cross the road at zebra crossings only. Always make sure to look both left and right while crossing the road. Adults must do not leave their children alone on the road. Never be distracted while driving. The number of car accident is not due to drunk driving, speeding, or running in red light. It is distracted driving. Distracted driving include anything that takes off your attention on the road, like changing songs, talking on the phone, eating food, assisting kids in the back seat, picking up items that fell on the floor. Limit the number of passengers. Limit your night driving. Use train for poor weather conditions. When you are in moving vehicle like cars, always wear seat belts. And when on bikes and motorbikes, always wear helmet. At last, do not take your hand or head when the vehicle is moving. Road safety aims to protect people, but unless the people are aware of it, nothing can be done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammad Abdul. Now let me call Sania Singaram of 8th B to give a speech.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Sanya Singaram of class 8B. I am happy that you are giving me a bit of your time to hear me out today. Today I am going to address a crucial issue that is quite prevalent in our daily life. Every day we read about dangerous and gruesome accidents in the newspaper related to vehicles and roads. Approximately 1.35 million number of people have died due to not obeying the traffic license laws. Therefore, one should do everything they can to not get into an accident of any kind. Traffic laws are there to protect pedestrians from the harm way, but the pedestrians also abide them, those laws, not just abiding by them. One should preach others about it if they see them going against the laws. People are often reckless and careless. Such an attitude is quite harmful to their safety. To avoid accidents, there are various road safety products, for example, road barriers, road fences, etc. It is we who decide our fate. Thus, we should be cautious at all the times. Road safety is an important issue and should be taught to children from a very young age. Parents must teach their children about road safety from a very young age, so the idea gets instilled in their head and they don't forget it. Children tend to pick habits and learn to see adults around them. If adults disrespect these rules by breaking them, the children would also never expect these fundamental rules. Children have young, impressible minds, hence, adults should try their best to follow the rules and teach it to the children. So, they are responsible. There are various ways through which road safety can be maintained. For example, a person should always check in all the directions before crossing the road. One should not run or jump on the roads and should pay full attention while walking. Sometimes people try to cross the roads when traffic light is red, but there is no vehicles on the street. Such behavior often results in severe injuries as sometimes a car might suddenly come dashing through and they would be in the middle of the street. Traffic rules should be followed all the time, no matter what circumstances are. Traffic signals are not help to control traffic but also save pedestrians and people who are driving. Helmet should be worn all the times if you are traveling on a two-wheeler. Parents should not leave their children alone on the road. While traveling on a short distance, people often do not put their seat belts on. The practice of not putting seatbelt on often results in serious incidents where the passengers get hurt. Data says that it is the mostly young people that get harmed due to road accidents. This is because they are reckless driving, overspeeding, and while driving. They fail to understand the severity of the situation. The youth often does not feel the need to wear helmet or sometimes break the laws by having more passengers on their vehicle than they are supposed to. This happens when they are careless. People tend to take out their hands or rest their elbows out of the window. In some cases, it has happened that a vehicle suddenly passed by grazing other vehicle and the person's hands or elbow are seriously injured. There are some ways to prevent and avoid accidents. Drive in the prescribed speed limits on the various roads. Always put on helmets, seat belts, and other safety equipments before driving a bicycle or motorcycle or vehicle. Do not drink and drive. Never use mobile phone or earphones while driving. Setting up a mode of driving training institute in the states and refresher training to drivers of heavy motor vehicle in the unorganized sector. Tightening of safety standards for vehicles like seat belts, anti-lock braking system, etc. are helpful are the ways which help to prevent or avoid accidents. Road safety should be maintained and preached to remain safe and sound. Our safety is in our hands. And thank you. Be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Sania Singaram. Now, Anna Abraham of 9th A is here to deliver her speech.
Stop, look, and listen before you cross the street. Use your eyes and use your ears before you use your feet. Hello everyone, I'm Anna Abraham of class 9. I'm going to share a few words on road safety. According to the World Health Organization, 105,000 people die in India due to road accidents annually. Studies prove that one of the main causes of road accidents is distracted driving. People are so addicted to phone these days that they have the urge to have it with them all the time. We talk, chat, watch videos, listen to music, and even play video games while on the road. But please pay attention to the road while you are driving. That means no chatting, no talking, no eating, and no application of makeup while on the road. Drunken driving is one of the most dangerous causes of accidents and is the most deadliest. Although it can be tempting to push the speed limit while you're running late or you want to show off, speeding is one of the most common causes of accidents. Therefore, resist the urge and stay within the legal limits. Changing lanes quickly and acting aggressive on the road can lead to horrible accidents, especially when it's raining. It is important to take your time and remain calm while driving to avoid needless accidents caused by simple carelessness. Sometimes accidents are caused by the flaws in the car itself. While you cannot always avoid this, take your vehicle for regular maintenance. There is never an excuse for getting too close to the vehicle in front of you, no matter how frustratingly slow they may seem to be going. Always keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front of you so that you will have time to react to sudden turns and use of brakes. Teenagers don't have the experience to know what to do in unsafe situations, and this can cause accidents. So if you have teenagers, make sure they have a defensive driving course and do not permit the use of cell phones while driving. Always look out for traffic signs and follow the proper right of way while making a turn. It may seem obvious, but it bears repeating. Red light means stop, even if there is no vehicle coming. You can cause a serious accident while running a red light and you will be breaking the law. Some of the other reasons for accidents are rain, night driving, animal crossing, construction sites, potholes, and tire blowouts. While most of these cannot be avoided, being cautious while driving helps divert most of the fatal accidents. Now, I would like to narrate an incident. A protest against motorcycle helmet law took place on the streets of New York City during the eve of American National Day. An American motorcyclist participating in the protest died after he went over his handlebars and hit his head on the pavement. The motorcyclist likely would have survived if he had been wearing an helmet, said the doctor. We always hear rules like wear your helmet or seatbelt while driving, be cautious while crossing the road. These rules are crafted by the government to ensure our own safety. Now, I would like to conclude by giving a friendly statement. Understand that your life is more valuable than all these issues put together. And remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna Abraham. Finally, we have Ilakia E of 9th C on screen.
Good morning to one and all. Road safety is described as the measures taken into account to avoid serious injuries or deaths in some cases. According to recent report, it is a two-wheeler and truck which causes about 40% of deaths in our country. In India, the cases of road accidents are 3 times higher than the cases of developed nations of the world. In India, totally 1.35 million people lost their life. Road accidents can be easily prevented if people are little more bit attentive and careful about their surroundings. Road safety is not only prevent accidents but also aims at minimizing the effects of accidents or deaths injured. The measures and methods taken to establish road safety include the various road safety products that are road barriers, road fences, and safety bandages. Safety rules are your best tools. Follow the traffic signals while driving. If you had a head, you need helmet. So wear a helmet while driving. Follow the instructions what is given by the government. Speed thrills, but it kills. So speed is a knife that kills the life. So speed your limit. Hug your children at home, belt them in the car. I would like to conclude my speech that speed has 5 letters, so as death. Slow as 4 letters, so as life. Otherwise, your fast drive would be your last drive. Life is in our hands. It is necessary to follow the instructions given by the government and follow the safety rules. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Lakya. That was really a much needed message for this current situation. All your thoughts were really informative. Thank you, children. Now, I would like to call our academic coordinator, Mrs. Ambika ma'am, to conclude this beautiful day with her word of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to one and all. I deem it's a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on this auspicious day. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Almighty for making today's program a resounding success. I'd like to convey my sincere thanks to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. R.H. Kalaiselvi, ma'am, MA BEd, MPhil, PhD. Your eminent presence has indeed made this webinar a memorable one, and we unitedly thank you for your gracious presence, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'd like to express our profound gratitude to our trustee, Sir K. Rajesh Kumar Jain, sir, for his continuous embracing support and encouragement. I thank our TCO, sir, principal ma'am, vice principal ma'am for their everlasting support and guidance. My special thanks to teaching, non-teaching staff and technical team for their fascinating support and coordination. I'd like to thank our students who made this event splendid with their impressive speech on Republic Day celebration and road safety awareness. Your days of hard work were evident in your acts. My heartfelt thanks to our highly valuable parents and students for their substantial support for every time. Last but not least, a big thanks to one and all and for making this Republic Day celebration a memorable one. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.